So how do you like it here?
It's okay. I like being back with my mom, and I get my own room now, which is cool, so I don't have to sleep with her and her boyfriends anymore. I mean, I obviously didn't sleep with her boyfriends. They were just there.
Who looks after you?
My mom does now.
Come on!
I was living with my grandparents in the Yukon for the last 6 years. I moved around a couple times with my mom and one of her boyfriends.
Carl and I love each other, and he's an Aries. Fire! Stop the car! Stop the car!
Hold on!
Come on, Sia, we're going.
So why'd they break up? They all break up.
It's a bear!
What you gonna do next time you see a bear? You gonna run away? What you gonna do?
North of Normal to me is an extraordinary film because it sort of reintroduces the idea of rural communal, like remote rural communal living that was really popular in the 70s. And I'm wondering, you know, did you come away with ideas about the validity of that?
Well, like, do you think that that's actually a legitimate way of living? Or do you think it's personal? Like, do you think, what are your feelings on it?
I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I mean,
Well said.
100%, you know, was interested in it, so it works for him.
I think it's a really interesting for us to read the memoir and read the script and explore the story. It's so far removed from the world that we grew up in of technology and being connected and constant connection, constant news, constant communication. So it was really wild to read Sia's memoir and to actually think about and then physically put ourselves in her shoes of growing up that way. And I think that when I read the memoir, I thought, I can really see why people would want to create this kind of commune with their own ideals, with their own kind of self-governance and self-reliance. But I think the way that Sia was living ultimately was really difficult for her and really difficult for her mom. And it proved to kind of create a lot of tension and trauma between the two of them. So I think ultimately that version of living that way ended up not being the best for her.
Yeah, I guess it is an individual choice, as you said, Amanda. You're also playing living people, and I'm wondering if that presents you with a burden or an extra awareness or even wariness.
It was very nice to be able to have kind of a 400-page diary to read through, and you really got to follow her story from the day she was born up until, you know, she was modeling, and then you see that she gets married, and you just see all that stuff in between. So there was a lot of information and a lot to take in, and there definitely is pressure that you feel, but I didn't really feel that from Sia herself. She put all of her trust in me, and I think lots of the pressure was personal that I put on myself, but it is definitely scary going into it because you want to accurately portray someone's life, especially one that's so specific and is very personal and deals with a lot of traumatic things, and so you just want to do the best job that you possibly can.
Speaking of trauma, the characters really do endure quite a bit over 20 years, which is a really long time span. Do these ideas and concepts and events, circumstances, do they have any effect on you as an actor, as a person, I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you are emotionally putting yourself in different, you know, situations and embodying different people, you know, I'm not a method actor, but definitely the way that the emotional work that you're doing takes a toll on you, and you are affected by the work that you're doing. I think that for me, I feel that way with every film I do and every character that I take on. It was really interesting, the on-screen versus the off-screen dynamic of Amanda and I, because on screen, Michelle as her mother really just keeps letting her down whether or not she's conscious of it. In moments she is conscious of it, but in moments it's a very unconscious thing that's happening. And with River and Amanda off camera, I felt very protective of them, very maternal, very much, you know, like I wanted to take care of them, especially because they're younger actors. And this was Amanda's, you know, second film, but it was really her first time carrying a movie, which is a huge responsibility. And River being such a young performer, you know, so I really, and I myself was a child actor, and I know what it's like to be a young person on set, moving in adult spaces. And so I really felt off camera a big responsibility to them. It was a real difference, I think, between on camera and off camera.
I'm glad. Living communally presents people with such incredible problems. It's endured over, you know, millennia. So what did you personally take away, both of you, as the greatest parts of living communally? And would you ever?
For me, what I thought was really the openness, the physical openness that everybody had with each other. There wasn't a lot of like body shame or a lot of covering up, and that freedom of being amongst people and being free with your body was really kind of an amazing revelation, because it's so different to how we live now.
Yes, yeah. And you'd feel really safe. I mean, everyone's sleeping in the tent, and
Yeah.
it was kind of lovely. And Amanda, what did you think? What do you think?
I mean, I agree with Sarah. I think the freedom is so beautiful, and also like societal pressure is such a big thing that we all experience every day. We all kind of second guess ourselves, and I feel like there's just so much freedom to express there. And I mean, just the nature is absolutely stunning. It's like you're living in a painting, and there's a lot of beauty in that. And so,
Well, I envy you getting to work in the Yukon wilderness. Thank you so much, both of you, and best of luck with this wonderful film.
I'm not going anywhere, Sia.
They all say it, they all leave. I'm trying to make us a family.
We already are a family.
It can't just be the two of us.
Why not? Why can't you just choose me?
That's my #1 rule.
Never give in to fear.